Yo, what's up, my friends? It's Steve from Straight Fire Picks. We got best bets for Thursday Night Football, week number 8, between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Buffalo Bills on Thursday, October 26, 2023. We're going to have NFL player prop spreads, over-unders. We're going to have a risk-free same-game parlay that I think is a great bet. It's going to be about plus 2,000 odds, so we're going for some value. We're officially going to put a tenth of a unit on it, but it's risk-free, which means we're going to have to keep our tenth for a bonus bet for another day, which we'll share what that will be if it does miss. But if you guys are new to the channel here today, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We are on the road to 7,000 subscribers. Sorry about the binocs today, guys. My eyes are hurting me, so I had to go with the binocs today. But we're gonna get it done. Maybe this will bring us some good luck. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I appreciate you guys. Recap from the last episode. This is from a few weeks ago. This is from the Lions and Packers game. Well, it's been a few weeks. My goodness. But we ended up going 2-1 in that video. We didn't hit our same game parlay in that. But we ended up going 2-1 in that video. We cashed Sam Laporta over 43.5 receiving yards. He finishes with 56. And Detroit Lions money line. We missed on Jordan Love over 15.5 rushing yards. But what can you do? But still 2-1 day, profitable day, which is what we like to see. Hopefully we get a nice 3-0 sweep and cash our juicy parlay here. If we hit this parlay, obviously that'll be 2 units, which would be really nice. I'd appreciate that if that could happen. But let's get after it today, guys. Let's get these 3 bets in. Let's lock in. Let's get this sweep. Let's get right into our picks here. At number 1, we are going Stephon Diggs over 85.5 receiving yards here for the Buffalo Bills. Minus 115 odds here on PointsBet. So we got Stephon Diggs here, guys. Over in 5 out of 7 games so far this season. I like those odds. 5 of those games were 100 plus yards, so we love seeing that. Logs so far 102, 66, 111, 120, 121, 158. So you definitely bump his line up to 100 if you guys want. Obviously, I feel like 85.5 is a lot safer, obviously. So great matchup really today, though, with the Bucs secondary. Bucs have actually allowed the 8th most receiving yards to wide receivers. Had a chance actually to watch them a couple weeks ago versus the Detroit Lions because I'm a Lions fan. And I was watching Amon-Ra St. Brown run wild through that Buccaneers secondary. He had over 100 yards that day, 12 catches. So I definitely think Diggs could do something like that. Diggs is always wanting the football. We know about this. Some of them sideline rants. And him and Allen, despite the Bills' struggles, still are maintaining a pretty good connection. Diggs caught another touchdown last week. Allen's always looking his way, so we like to see that. Diggs so far over in 2 out of 3 home games so far on the season. He's got 78 targets in 7 games. That's 11 per game. So definitely gets enough looks to get us there. He's over in 6 out of 10 home games last year. So he's had a pretty good history to hitting this line. Despite this line honestly being kind of high. His line's been going up, but if he's hitting, he's hitting, right? So love it there for number 1 pick, guys. Going Stephon Diggs. Over 85.5 receiving yards here for the Buffalo Bills. Minus 115 odds here on PointsBet. Okay, and at number 2, we're going Baker Mayfield. Over 227.5 passing yards here for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Minus 114 odds here on FanDuel. So, this is honestly a pretty solid matchup. If you're looking at the Bills' defense of late, the injuries that they've endured, obviously with Tre'Davious White getting injured in that secondary. Bills' defenses look very pedestrian lately. If you had a chance to watch them, I've also watched them the last few weeks. They allowed 272 passing yards to Mac Jones, who had looked absolutely terrible up until that game. So that kind of gives you an idea. If you can make Mac Jones look good, I think Baker Mayfield, who was having a much better season and much better weapons, I think can get it done. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, we can keep going on that. But they allowed 272 to Jones. 200 to Tyrod Taylor the week before. That doesn't sound like a lot. Tyrod Taylor just came in right off the bench in a Giants offense that looked terrible all season. It didn't seem like they broke 200 passing yards all season. Tyrod Taylor gets in there, throws for 200, while the Giants were in control of that game, hitting a lot of downfield passes. Completion percentage was about 66%. So right now the secondary is not holding up well. The rush just isn't getting there like we like to see. The week before that, they gave up 315 to Trevor Lawrence. Lawrence is pretty good, but obviously this defense is struggling lately. Tre'Davious White getting injured, some of the other injuries that they've dealt with, Matt Milano, definitely starting to take a toll here on the Bills. I think the Bucs are going to have to throw the ball in this game. I think the Bills are going to be able to score. So I do think the Bucs are going to have to throw the ball, so that's why I like Mayfield to go over. Mayfield so far over in 3 out of 6 games so far this year. That's solid. It's 50%. And the weather's conducive. Weather's going to be in the mid-60s and cloudy, so I like seeing that. And one of the games that Mayfield went under, obviously, was that game versus Philadelphia, which was a total rain game. He just could not throw the ball that day. And I think here, though, we'll have a good chance to go over. So, love it there for our number 2 pick. We're going Baker Mayfield over 227.5 passing yards here for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Minus 114 odds here on FanDuel. Okay, and finally at number 3, we're going with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers plus 8.5 spread here versus the Bills. Minus 110 odds here on FanDuel. Yeah, unfortunately, guys, I've watched Bills football over the last 3 weeks. It's been really difficult to watch. And there is no reason the Bills should be 8.5-point favorites. They don't deserve to be. That's just the bottom line. They've been absolutely terrible the last 3 weeks. We expect a lot better. But, hey, 3 weeks in a row is kind of starting to become like... I was watching a segment on ESPN last week, and they were talking about, is this just a bad game or is it a bad sign? And they went through, they got to this game talking about the Bills and Patriots, like, this is a bad sign. And I agreed. I was thinking the same thing before they said it. They were going down the tape talking about bad games, bad signs for various teams. They got to the Bills. I'm like, they should say bad sign for this one. It was like the only one that said a bad sign for, and they did. You could see it, right? Their defense is struggling. The offense is just a little bit off. If that's the case, they're in trouble because they need that offense to be absolutely cooking right now to win games because the defense really is struggling. They don't look good. They're not really generating the same amount of pass rush. They're making quarterbacks that are below average look way above average. Namely, Mac Jones, Tyrod Taylor, Trevor Lawrence. Last 3 weeks, it's just been ugly. Last 3 weeks, results 25-20 loss to the Jaguars, 14-9 win versus the Giants. Easily should have lost that game. If you guys watched that, you guys know what I'm talking about. Pass interference at the end of that game that wasn't called. I thought the Giants should have honestly gotten that win. 29-25 loss last week to the Patriots. So, and these aren't versus good teams. Other than the Jags, obviously, those last 2 teams are absolutely terrible. Bottom of the barrel. So, like I said, offense is out of sync. It's just not a team I see blowing anybody out right now. They might win this game. It might be very similar to that Giants game. They might win it by 1 score. But I don't see them winning this game by 2 scores. It's just not something I see in the cards for Buffalo right now. Buffalo is 2-1 at home against the spread this year. But if you look back at the last year, they were actually 2-3 against the spread versus the NFC. And I remember watching a lot of those games, namely versus Detroit. They struggled versus the Lions. They lost at home to the Vikings. They kind of struggled with Green Bay for a while, and then they blew out the Bears. So I think here versus a Tampa Bay squad that's honestly, up until the last couple weeks, has looked pretty good. Baker's really led an efficient offense. I think they could get it done as far as covering the spread and keeping this game close. So love it there for our number 3 pick, guys. We're going Tampa Bay Buccaneers plus 8.5 spread here versus the Buffalo Bills minus 110 odds here on FanDuel. All right, guys. It is time for our risk-free same game parlay. Here's what we got. We got Stephon Diggs, anytime touchdown scorer here for the Bills. He's done this in 4 out of 7 games so far on the season. Mike Evans, anytime touchdown scorer. He has also done this in 4 out of 6 games. And then Gabe Davis, anytime touchdown scorer, has done this in 4 out of 7 games. So I really like those odds, honestly. And Gabe Davis and Stephon Diggs have caught a touchdown in a few of these games as well, which I like seeing that. We saw them do that versus Miami. And I'm trying to think the other thing, I believe against the Jags as well. So, obviously, I like the odds of being able to get this done. Honestly, like I said, I think we'll see a little bit of fireworks. I think we could definitely see this. I think we definitely see this over hit as well. They're over set to 42.5. So I think we can see some points in this one. I think the defense of the Bills definitely struggling. The Bucs kind of a little bend, don't break, but I think Allen could get him in the end zone here with Gabe Davis and Stephon Diggs. So love it there, guys, for our same game parlay. We're officially putting 1/10 of a unit on that to make 2 units. And if we miss, we will let you know what our bonus bet is for Sunday. We'll have a video on Sunday. So appreciate you guys. That is our picks for today. If you guys enjoyed the content, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We are on the road to 7,000 subscribers. Make sure you guys follow us on social media, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, at StraightFirePicks for more content. Outside of that, it's going to do it for me. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. We'll catch you next time. Peace out.